Our roots.
That ain't nothing, you know.
No, they didn't teach us that.
They didn't teach us that.
They did not teach us that. That comes from our roots. That's inside of us.
Inside of us.
Mm-hmm.
Because see, if our spirit is so strong, it make us move.
It make us move. It make it move.
It make it.
Yeah.
That's right.
It make that body move, because really you and the spirit are the same.
Yes.
The physical composition is what we use to manifest in this physical plane of existence.
Precisely.
Now, in and of itself, since it is a part of creation, once it was created, it became infinity also through procreation. But physically, you as an individual, that physical composition will burn out in its whole, as the atoms are rotating and accumulating, and they're together right now. They're cohesive. But if you get the fuck up out of that body, they will break down.
Yes.
You know, they will not connect with each other anymore. No. They'll leave.
That's right.
And it's not that it changed. Each atom just took off. That's all.
No more vibration.
Yeah, you ain't in there.
Right.
You know, each atom has their own electron rotating around, making a vibration.
Right.
But they call it decay now. And rigor mortis, and he's falling. It's gone because he's not in there. That's why. Elijah said, if I put my hands around your neck and you can't get air in, it's not the air that you let out, it's the air that you don't let in that makes the man expire. So we know if you don't get any oxygen, breathe in. It's not breathing out. It's breathing in. So if you don't do that, then you'll expire. If your physical composition is punctured and the water leaks out of the land, all the water pour off and pour onto the earth, you're going to leave then. You're not going to be able to stay in there. Any type of damage to the physical composition that allows the water to leak out will cause you to expire, right? The other one is exposure. If you get too cold or if you get too hot, either one of those extremes could make you expire. Right, that's right. You'll get the fuck up out of there. That's right. You know. That's right. First thing you do, if you're too cold, you go to sleep. And then you get to leave out because the body can't hold you. Fasting, sleep, all of these allow you to move out of there. That's right. You know. So that's why it says, and then people think of their soul and they say that's theirs. So if it's yours, then it's possession. And that means it's not you. You just possess it. Right. You're wearing it as the clothing. That's the second pair of clothing. The first pair of clothing actually the last pair of clothing you have is your physical composition. That's the real science. That's the last manifestation. Because you're waiting on your father's sperm and the DNA that you need to tell what sex you're going to be to come from him. She has the egg, which is actually the physical composition. He's putting you in there. Because he got the consciousness, as the sperm is conscious. The egg is not conscious, it's dormant. She just makes one every 28 days. Right? And your sperm, even if you have a wet dream, men have a wet dream, and that's what they call it in science, that sperm inside of the semen is swimming. You just can't see it because it's microscopic to your eye. But that's what's going on in the womb. When the sperm is going to the fallopian tube, that creates procreation, which enables you to be infinity even on the physical plane. Because once the Creator made you, or created you, because you're not really made. Something that is made, you know, it's like paint and varnish and shit like that. You're not, you made a house, you know. You was really created, because you're in creation form. That's right, you're in creation form. You with everything that is alive. That's right. As opposed to, say, a rock. Right. Doesn't have, a rock ain't really alive. No. It's alive on another plane of existence in rock world. But it's not alive as per se with the breath. It doesn't use the breath the way you and I use the breath. the trees use the breath, the plankton uses the breath, plants use the breath, animals use the breath, one cell all the way up use the breath. Rocks and shit like that don't really use the breath. Even water has more of a consciousness to it than a rock. It's kind of moving together, but it's not really awake like you are. So we know that to be, that's not the four elements. We know those are elements. There's a spirit in the element, but it's not like yours.
Right.
That's just showing you the infinity of the one can divide into everything. But the point we were on was the Bible is what most black people in America, every black person that is a regular black person on up to intellectually black, usually bears witness to King James Version of the Bible.
Yeah.
And once we know that that's where they're at, then if that's going to be the criteria, then you use that as the criteria.
Right.
So now, if we're going to say we're going to use King James Version 1611, we're going to use the one that's thou and thou too, not all that refurbished shit. Yeah. All right, we're going to go with thou and thou and thee. Yeah. And that one. We're going to use that one. Yeah. That's going to be the criteria. And so, if we all agree, exactly, we all agree to talk like Thor when we use in the Bible. Yeah. Right, for the new people, the young people, they could relate to that now. Yeah.
There you go.
Once that takes place, then we know where we at. So now the next thing is, are we going to use the whole book or half the book?
Right.
Because some people say that we only obligated to use half the book.
Right.
I'm just using the rules that we're on under now.
Yeah.
This is this rule. Because you got to compartmentalize yourself.
That's right.
When you're dealing with being Solomon.
Yes.
You know. So, you're going to be Solomon over your own rules and regulations. You good. You feel me?
Right.
So, once we do that, we know where we at. So we know that. So we're going to make a choice. We're going to use the whole book or half the book. All right. So we're talking to the people who are using the whole book. Or whatever parts of it they like to use. Right. But we'll say this. The book itself says, if you want to know the dietary laws of your Lord and Savior, right, you need to look at Deuteronomy and Leviticus. Because that's how he was rolling. Now, if you're saying he wasn't rolling like that, you're going to have to deal with your people and tell them why he wasn't doing that, or whatever the case may be. But most of us realize or understand or feel or see or see it in our light that he was a Hebrew.
Yeah, that's right.
We feel that.
We feel that.
And we feel that his line of Hebrew is just not any Hebrew, but Judah.
Right, Judah.
He was in the line of Judah, right? All right.
That we know.
That we all agree with.
That's right.
Okay. So we must be talking to the black people.
Yes.
Right. So, if you consider yourself as black, I don't care where you at or whatever, but if you have that brain and you saying, okay, I'm a black person, because that's the terminology they use today. Now, maybe some people might say they are brown, but I'm talking about black people in the wilderness of North America pretty much is using King James Version 1611, and then you have 5% of them using something else. Another 10% might be using out of that 100. But 85% of us are Bible. King James Version, 1611. Most of us are probably Protestant, under the Protestant movement, so we either Pentecostal or Baptist pretty much in our hood, and you find some of us that are Catholic. Yeah. That's pretty much that. If you're stretching it, if you're saying you Eastern Orthodox, I'm not really going to go with you on that one, but you could be, but not likely. Yeah. Usually you're going to be Pentecostal or Baptist. Right. And they're going to be across the street from each other. Right. Or nearby. And we're going to all go to school together, and probably you just Pentecostal and I'm Baptist. Right. That's, or vice versa, whatever. Usually that's what I saw in our hood. Right. So, but we don't use the formula that the book presents to us to defeat post-traumatic slave syndrome. Right. And systemic racism. Right. Because if you just automatically said, I'm only going to use for the dietary law, they say, well, how do you get you if you just use the front book part of the book, it's not aggressive enough to free you. It just won't free you. It's just not enough. It's no, you're missing. Because the what happens is, if you're using half the book, which they consider to be the New Testament, they trick you in that too, because they throw the letters and all those other different letters, and they put those in the middle, and then they put the gospel at the front part, and they put the Revelations and John and all them in the back part. And them letters keep you confused, because the letters keep telling you. That's why they put the letters in there, because the letters, they interpret the letters to say, because we read them in English now, so if somebody translated it, and in the translation, their interpretation of the translation was, you can eat pig and swine and all that kind of shit. You could do everything that Deuteronomy and Leviticus said not to do, and you just got to say you down with Jesus.
That's it.
But they not telling you that actually, if Jesus was here and you was down with him, he wouldn't be really condemning you or making you want to do that, but you would see how he's living, and you would want to emulate him. So he wouldn't have to tell you, you need to get off swine. He just wouldn't feed it to you.
That's right.
Because he didn't feed it to them. We only got a few instances of when he fed people.
Yeah.
And every time he fed them, it wasn't swine.
It was fish.
Okay. Then, we only got a few instances when he did something to an animal, and the only one that he had killed was the swine.
That's right.
So I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah.
Right. So now, on that note, let's look at the animal itself. They have pretty much a mentality of about a 3-year-old. So you really shouldn't be eating something that's at 3.
Right.
It's kind of deep, G.
Yeah.
Kind of like smart as a dog.
Right.
You say, come here and shit. Not like a lizard.
Yeah.
Lizard could be your friend. He might come to you after a while if he knew you for food or something, and he was in an aquarium or something. But you really can't, like, say, come here. Doesn't really work like that.
No.
Right? Monkeys and all of them, you could do that too. Yeah. Chimpanzees, you could do it to an ape and all of them when they're little, but you shouldn't really do it when they're big, because they don't know their own strength.
Right.
So that could be damaging to you.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying all that to say there's another reason.
Right.
But the ideal thing is if you use the whole book.
Yeah.
Because there's parts in Jeremiah that you might want to use when it comes to Isaiah and Isaiah and the tree during that part of the year, December and all that. Nimrod, it spoke on that too.
Right.
So all of these things, if we use the Bible like we say we want to use, especially you Pentecostals, I'm really embarrassed at you, because you do the long dress, no makeup, no dancing. You do all of that, but you don't do the Deuteronomy and Leviticus. You be a little more stricter than the Baptists. They be more middle class, upper, flamboyant. They got more money than y'all.
Right.
Sometimes they got dough too.
Yeah.
But they're just different with the way they roll. Right? Not to say that y'all both don't do similar things and this, that, and the third. And I'm not even going. Me and the God, Mr. Nash, we not even going to go into the shade of Jesus. We gonna leave that for a different argument, because that's not what we on today. But I know some of y'all real Pan-African, y'all really on it, because you know the Africanism of Judah.
That's
you know it ain't European.
That's right.
But we not going there right now. We just talking about how Jesus seen things.
Yes.
Now, Jesus saw things from Judah. Judah saw things from Israel.
Right.
Israel saw things from Jacob. Jacob saw things from Isaac. Isaac saw things from Abraham. All right. So now the big three all look at it from that perspective.
Right.
And Muslims, Jews, all the different kind of Christians, and all of the Hebrews. All of y'all have Abraham as the foundation. Every religion that deals with those three Abrahamic religions have the same key figures. They key in on the other people as it goes down the tree.
Yeah.
They keying in on Muhammad. They keying in on Jesus. They keying in on Moses. That's what they doing.
That's right.
Right? And then they beefing because, but Moses and Muhammad and Jesus wouldn't have been beefing with each other.
No.
They wouldn't have did that.
No.
They wouldn't even had beef because they would have both been doing the same thing. How do you know that, Divine? You remember that story when Jesus and the apostles come to him and they say, you know, this other guy is over here healing people and helping everybody and all of that. He's doing what we doing. We need to go over there and stop him because... Right? They was trying to... And Jesus said, but if he's not against us, he's with us, or something to that effect. Right. I might not be quoting him. Because I know Ma Raymond and them, they could quote it. Right. But the gist of the story is he was helping, and so that means there was other people doing that.
Doing that, yeah. Ooh, that's right.
They were doing that.
Yeah.
And we know there's no way somebody that is... He was a rabbi of the rabbinite.
Right.
Remember, he had also went into all those other schools, and he said, I didn't I didn't just come here because I need to be here. We all know who I am.
Right.
But I would do what all men have done.
Yeah.
So he was into that kind of stuff.
Right.
Now, if you look at those schools of thoughts and all those things he did, none of them, I don't care which one it is, certain animals they don't eat. They all got a dietary law.
That's right.
You know, because if the body is a temple, then damn, dog, you can't be treating it any old kind of way.
And if you want it to reach its full potential.
Yeah, I should say that.
Okay.
Because you could just say, fuck it.
That's right. But you trying to go somewhere. You're trying to reach a higher stratum. See?
Yes, sir. You must take care of it.
Yeah, because and a book that I have says before you can perform any kind of and the key is Solomon. So you got to fast, you got to bathe. It's a ritual. It's a whole thing. And it's all concerning
the physical composition.
Because you can't be messing around. You ain't your body. Your inside is not clean.
That's the most important part.
That's the most important part.
You thinking it's the outside. You take a bath outside, but you don't take a bath inside.
Right.
Would you wallow in mud and dirt and filth? Would you just sit around in it?
And see, that just came. That just came to me just now. Stronger than it ever has. But inside must be clean.
Inside must be clean. Now, when you know this is some deep shit, when the system, when the system goes after you for something like that, like I want to collect rainwater, and you read all the time the system tried to stop them from collecting rainwater, or the system don't want you to get off the grid. Or the system, hey, remember when Oprah said eating meat is not good for you? The system didn't like that. So if the system likes it, it's not good for you. Right. And if they don't like it...
So remember now, they are motivated by greed.
Yeah, it's a different motivation.
So this whole different motivation. See, greed brings about power. Got a whole lot of money. You can buy money.
Yes, you can.
You see, that's why they want it so bad. They see greed motivates power. So if they, like you just said, they didn't like her talking about not eating any meat because now you're messing up our cash flow. You're messing up our power. We can't allow that. We can't allow you to mess up our power.
No, sir. No, sir.
Not you.
Not you. But if just 17 million of us, we don't need the whole 40 million.
And you know what? True? What you saying is right and exact, because look at those so-called Jews, how they just took up a whole section And
it'll be a bunch of them.
There'll be a bunch of them. True. Let me tell you. But look at that.
And they get their little
laws.
they dietary laws right in these
Right.
Now all of them don't follow the dietary law, but the core membership follows it.
That's right.
Because I see them other ones eating crazy shit too.
Let me tell you, those lawyers and all of them. You may see on Wall Street, but they connected to them.
They connected, G. Even if they ain't eating right.
That's right.
They connected to the ones that's eating right.
That's right. They connected.
Because somebody got to have a right and exact tempo to make the connection. Somebody out of the group got to be trying to connect.
That's right.
Now you see, the conscious groups are trying to make the connection, but they're not as a group. Each conscious group is its own group, and they don't do trade with the other ones.
My wife was trying to tell me about. Yeah, well, I said, look, they're not no real gays, you know, like in that. Well, in the law firm I worked at, there were gays in there and they were Jews. I said, yeah, they might,
but they don't be practicing it.
Nah.
A lot of times they ain't practicing it. They
may be flamboyant.
They'll be feminine, but they'll be trying to procreate regular and keep that. If they are doing anything else, they leave that like you would when you go with your woman. Nobody does regular sex with whoever they with. No, but they don't be in like, you know, like they won't be sitting on the bench. No.
They ain't gonna be like the regular games.
No, they're not gonna be that way.
They ain't
gonna be flamboyant. They're gonna act like men do with their woman. You don't be all up on your bitch if she's really yours, son. What the fuck are you doing?
Kissing each other.
No, like y'all brand new high school lovey-dovey. No. I ain't gonna be doing it because I don't do that with my wife. Why? You been with her forever. Who the fuck does that?
Right. That's right.
She don't expect it, and neither do I.
That's right.
So.
That's right.
But at the end of the day, they have a dietary law.
And see, and they control a section, and that dietary law has something to do with them, and they end up their power.
Well, it also sets up a barrier.
Yeah, that's right. See, we don't see the spiritual ramifications of it. See, see, that's the thing. We don't understand the spiritual ramifications of having your body, okay, clean and eating right and exact. Because a good example, the people that I know around my girl, it's only a couple of us that don't eat no swine. Okay? And me and Sis, we're different than the other ones.
You be more consciously aware of what's going on.
Yeah, she's some African stuff.
But not only that, if the news comes, it change. You see what they don't see.
Idea, I see she's conscious. Okay, she's so black. You see how your diet will
it brings your vibration up.
Yes. Precisely.
Raises the vibration.
Precisely.
The electrons rotating around the proton and neutron are going faster.
A good example. And Johnny's our boy. He like that swine.
He like that swine.
That's
my man.
That's our man. No,
he like that swine.
But he loved that swine. Now, he couldn't have the same conversation that we're having about dietary laws.
He could have it, but he still won't be a witness and do it.
That's right. He can have it.
Because you know you around me, we talk about it, because King Solomon...
Right.
I keep taking them, I keep telling them, at the end of the day, all of the major players...
Yes.
Somehow go up the same line of Judah.
They all do.
If they ain't hitting Judah, they hitting Ishmael.
Right.
If you on one of the sides, you one of them sides.
And their dietary laws
is pretty much the same.
Ain't that something?
Now, of course, the Quran, the big Quran of Mecca, doesn't deal with crustaceans and all that, but it wouldn't because they were Bedouin. In them
they were in the desert, so they wouldn't have
had the real deal with that.
No sea urchins and crabs.
And their lifestyle was different, so they was still, even if you notice, they don't tell them about the camel and don't really go into that for them.
Nah.
But they ate pretty much they still ain't eating no swine.
They eat no swine. Don't mess with no swine.
No sir.
No swine. So that's something how both of them,
even when they're different environments.
They have different environments, they don't eat swine.
They don't eat swine.
That's deep. And you see how they're spiritual, what they're trying to reach. Because they're all trying to reach.
They all trying to reach the Creator. They might use a different name.
But they all trying to reach
because
the
if they all say they Abrahamic, the only difference between y'all is you speak different languages.
That's
would make me go back to the Tower of Babel and y'all couldn't speak the same language.
Right.
And y'all wanted to speak the same language and climb up and all of that went down and you fell back down to the ground.
Precisely.
That's allegorical too.
Yes, it is.
It ain't like they was really building because you couldn't build it. Building mean to add on. That's like when they building a temple without hammer and sword.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's like procreation, my nigga. You build another temple without hammer and sword. Your sperm and the egg come together and a temple is being built, G. Right there. Them cells are doing it. She's not doing it.
No, it's not.
And they be saying she did it. We all came out of there. Yeah, we all did come out of there. But once the sperm and the egg touch, then the egg itself is active now. When the sperm went inside, it lights up. Yes. It is activated. Yeah, it was dormant, and now it activates it, and they become one. Right. Now you're there. Until they become one, because you got to be part her and part him. Right. Or that's when the union is, not in her womb. The union is when the egg and the sperm come together. Now y'all are one. Now you're one. And then the egg consciously attaches itself to the uterus wall. Right. It does that itself. Right. And then from there, it keep reproducing itself. Right. Cells. They keep doubling. They'll go 2, 4, 6. But they don't even do it that way. They'll go 2, and then those 4 go 8. Yeah. That's how it goes. It goes just like 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 5. Same sequence. The whole universe does that. Uh-huh. The universe does it. The shells do it, the trees, the open to cut it, everything, the leaves, your arm from here to here, and from here to here, and from here to here, from here to here, from here to here, from here to here. Right. Everything is that sequence. Right. Okay, the golden ratio, the Asiatic numeral system, any of those names they use, it still ends up with Malkuth, Asiatic, the world of shell, physical plane of existence. The whole physical plane of existence is that. It's 3.14, it's 2207, it's 19.1, the pyramids they all lined up all the pyramids got that line on them where them stars hooked up with the 3. Everything is that way. Your body, the elements, your whole shit, everything is lined up. Your eyes, from this eye to this eye, the distance from in between, all of that is lined up within that sequence. It's not random. Right. The air, you take the ear, and I take your ear, and we do the same thing with the sequence. It'll match the shell in the ocean. Right? The cervical. Yeah, that number, the 1, it'll go 1 and 1. And then it'll turn 1 and 1 turn 2. Then 1 and 2 is 3. Yeah. And 2 and 3 is 5. Right? 5 and 3 is 8. That sequence is throughout everything. Are you serious, son? That kind of pattern can manifest itself to such a level that even when you not doing it consciously, it's done. Like when they make this table, if they don't make it with that sequence, it can't stand upright. Right. You have to have that. Yeah. I don't care what you do, that has to be done in this universe. Precisely. So there's another manifestation. So now that shows that why would you only use half of the book instead of the whole book? Right. Especially since you have post-traumatic slave syndrome. Yeah. And then you have, in back of that, that's not all you got. Because then they did the problem comes from 1865 to 1965. That part that they did to you. Right. Look that history up and see Jim Crow, and what it all curtailed.
Right.
And the things that came along with it.
Precisely.
In that era.
Right.
You have that in your DNA too. And then you have the other part of all the different ways that the system bombards you with systemic racism, pretty much. In everything that you do as a black person in America has the systemic touch of racism on it. Even when you're in your home, because you let the TV come in, the radio, the images are banging you. I don't care where you go, the images are banging you. But if you got to acknowledge yourself, it creates a filter. It don't bother you.
Right. If you got knowledge of yourself,
then it don't do nothing.
That's right. It don't do nothing.
It don't do nothing. But when you don't,
and that's right. And there's a lot that don't have that filter.
Yeah, and it's causing a problem.
Okay. That's right. Because it's more that don't have that filter.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, 85% of us don't have the filter.
Yeah.
But they can easily get it. Because I can see it. And no matter, okay, what are you? I'm a Hebrew, okay? Yeah. I can see it in yours.
Right.
I'm a Sarah Set.
Yeah.
I can see it in yours. I'm a Christian. I can see it in yours. So once you can see it in wherever it's at. But nobody's using their full rule.
No.
They're not using it.
No.
Because as soon as you say, I'm going to do black people, we're going to do Deuteronomy and Leviticus. If we just do that. We overnight. Wall Street couldn't fuck with us.
Function. That's right.
And they couldn't be doing all this killing. Because if you're doing that, they not going to be able to fuck with you.
Just stop eating swine, man.
You'll change the whole pork belly market.
That's right.
The whole market change.
The stock would come down.
Crashing. And if you ate the part of the beef that the Bible says eat, hitting them oxtails and feet and all that old crazy shit y'all eating, you're supposed to eat what you see on the Zodiac. That's what they eat, that part.
Right.
And the Zodiac, the Taurus is only this part. That other part is a fish.
Right.
You're supposed to eat from here up.
Right.
If you was doing that, it would fuck them up too.
Yeah.
'Cause you wouldn't be eating no ass cuts and all that shit.
Yeah.
No feet. None of that. Right. That changes that. You wouldn't be eating the cockatrice if you went according to Deuteronomy and Leviticus. You'd have to deal with pheasant and quail.
Yeah.
The closest bird to any of those in America would be the turkey.
Yeah.
It sure as hell ain't no damn chicken. He's a cockatrice. He got feet like a kite.
Right.
If you got kite feet, you're a carnivore feet.
Right.
Owls, eagles, all of them got those kind of scales on their feet. They got talent.
Yeah.
But he don't really have a talent.
No.
But he got a feet.
He got a talent, like.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about the chicken don't really have a talent.
No.
Because he don't fly that well.
No.
He's like a cockatrice is what the Bible calls him. He's a snake bird. He's a mixture of bird. Like, he's a different kind of bird. But he's not supposed to be eaten either.
Right.
They make you think that it's okay.
Yes.
But we known as black people to be chicken eaters.
Yes.
That's what they make fun of us on.
Right.
The stereotype is chicken and watermelon.
Yeah.
Waffles and all kinds of shit like that.
Yeah.
They throw that. That's what niggas eat. Now, the watermelon is a very good fruit.
Very.
But make sure it has the seed in it. Don't eat Monsanto watermelon.
Yeah.
That's going to fuck you up.
Yeah.
You know, seedless. There's no such plant on earth.
That's seedless.
Not from the golden ratio.
That's genetically manufactured.
Yeah, they made them shits.
Genetically made that. Altered.
They altered it.
Yeah. And it took them years, but they accomplished it.
But they accomplished it. Now that
I
sheep.
remember when they was talking about how we're going to have certain vegetable things without seeds and stuff like that. We were working on that. I remember as a kid. Yeah, I remember as a kid.
Okay.
But see, these things, they just don't come apart.
They don't just come apart now.
They've been working on that for
manifested. They already thinking about what they're going to do in 2021.
Yeah, once they accomplish that, they move it on to
they already
bigger.
Got plans for bigger shit.
Yeah. Remember when test tube baby was a big thing in the 70s? And then,
Yeah, but that sheep, they know how to make her live long now. She don't die right away.
Right.
And she don't be having no inner organ problems anymore. The sheep, the first cloning of it. Yeah. They kept doing it. They perfected that part.
Yeah.
She's perfect. She could live like a life of a sheep.
Yeah.
I think they live to be 12 to 15. She's like 12 now.
Yeah.
Well, she was 12 when I read about her.
Right.
I kept up with all that different weird science is what you want to get into, that kind of shit. Get weird science. They keep up with all that shit. Then from there, you'll know what to look up or what you're looking for if you're going to do some more research on it. There's always some kind of way to get to the excavation site. That's where you're trying to go. You're really trying to get to the excavation site.
Yeah.
You know, you're fortunate that you live in a city like New York because the museums are all over the fucking place. You don't even got to go to the site. They done stole the shit and brought it here.
That's right.
So you could go right to the museum and look at it for your damn self. Now, a lot of places, they won't let you take pictures. But you can go see it with your own eye and show and prove to yourself. They'll let you do audio note.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you could be a student or whatever. They're not going to fuck with you in that part. Yeah. They won't let you take pictures. No video, no pictures of most of those artifacts of that caliber.
Yeah.
But like I said, pretty much, if you boycott the devil, automatically you'll boycott the devil.
Yeah.
If you do Deuteronomy,
automatically.
It automatically boycotts it.
That'll put a shift.
Yes.
In things.
It does. Because that's not what the devil wants you to do.
Right.
The devil wants you to do not Deuteronomy and Leviticus.
That's right. He wants you to eat swine.
He wants you to eat swine.
Okay.
He wants you to eat everything that give you a heart attack, diabetes,
alter your mind,
fluoride in your body, basically poisoning your body, making your lifespan short, and then making you not have the quality of life. See, you can live a long time off of pills and all that, but you don't have the same quality of life as people who don't have to take all of those pills.
Right.
You just got a whole bunch of medicine because you need this medicine to stop this.
Right.
Then you need another medicine because of the side effects of that medicine.
Right.
Man, it can get pretty bad if you don't watch what you're doing.
That's right.
And just diet ain't the only thing. You need to exercise.
No, you need your body. You need oxygen needs to be flowing freely. You don't exercise, it don't flow freely. You think you're just breathing, you just breathe, but your arteries and all of that, the nitric oxide.
Mm-hmm.
That nitric oxide has to be moved freely.
And that happens when you make the heartbeat fast and you do strenuous exercise.
A good example. And martial arts. What they always talk about when you're working out. The two things that go together: working out and the breathing.
Breathing.
But you gotta be working out too.
But you can't. You don't even have to. You don't even have to master the breathing technique. But if you work out, your body will kick in on it automatically.
Yeah.
Because if you do anything strenuous, your body kicks in more oxygen.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything. Run down the block mad fast as you can. Even if you can't run fast, however fast you can run will exert the body.
Yeah.
And it'll make that breath kick in.
Right.
That autonomic system will kick in, that's how you need that.
Right.
Do that. You need that.
Right.
Make that heart change its beat.
Right.
Make those muscles work hard till they can't do it anymore. That's what changes shit.
And you control your breathing while you're doing it. You really got something.
Oh, now that's the next level.
That's the next level.
You're gonna learn that in the next level. But first you gotta kind of get in shape.
First you gotta get that breathing right. Just to breathe.
You need to make yourself need to breathe.
Need to breathe. That's it. You gotta make yourself need to
breathe. Because you could do it. Now you could take a full oxygen of lung and push it all out if you want.
When sometimes you run you working out real hard running, you'll throw up. See your body, that oxygen is getting rid of all that stuff from your system. You don't think though. You don't think so. You think it's just because, man, my stomach can't. Nah, that's not it. It's really deep, man. Get those impurities out.
I haven't experienced that, but
oh yeah.
I kind of stay away from the impurity. My best that I can. I've seen it happen though.
Yeah.
Because I remember one time we was all fucking with Eugene. Me and Tim, we was fucking with Eugene, right? And so he chased us. He's really athletic, or he was back in his days. He reminds me of Curtis. He think he can still do that.
And his body was a shock to his body.
Well, Sam, we ran. Yeah. We're in a field because where we was at, it was a park, and it was an open field in the park. Right. So we happened to be there, burn a little equality. Yeah. And we fucking with him, and so he kind of really was Tim fucking with him. I was laughing, but anyway, he ran after both of us, so we ran, but. He was running with us, like trying to really catch us. Like I said, yo, he's really trying to catch us. So we running, we just kind of staying ahead of him. Right. But after a while, like about a quarter of a mile, he was, I don't even think it was a quarter of a mile, I think it was 220 yards. Yeah. I think we hit about 2 football fields and that motherfucker was throwing up. Yeah. He was on his hands and knees. Yeah. And we was young, so we laughed and kept on running. Cause I said, fuck that, he might be tricking us. You don't know if he's really sick, because we didn't really know anatomy like that. We thought he's throwing up, but that could be game, son. I ain't going back. You know, so we kept running, but the back of the matter is, and he was out of shape. Cause he even said, damn, I'm out of shape. He said, my side is hurting. I'm throwing up, snotting and everything. He said to his cousin, he had said something about, he made my teeth fall out. I was, that was so funny. That's a teacher, because he's throwing up his teeth like Sammy.
Damn, I know what you're talking about.
I know. No, I'm saying he was in his age group.
I know.
Yeah, so
I know.
I guess that shit got to him.
Yeah.
But I remember the other old guy said, while he was walking through, because he was in the place, said, that wouldn't happen to you if you'd have been working out like I told you, and then from all this time, or something like that, he said. He didn't stop. Because they went to high school together. That's his boy.
It's time for me to do me 1,000 deep in these bands.
I know you do that crazy shit.
Yeah, see, that's how I push myself.
Right.
You see, by trying to keep a regimen. I may not do it all the time, but when it comes to time, my body says, it's time for you to do this. Then I'll do it.
Right, so in our conclusion, we say one of the extra boycotting parts, the same way now that the black people have realized that the Europeans are attacking us because of our disunity. So now you've seen a lot of black people pulling their money out of the banks and going to the black banks, because we're trying to make ourselves into Tulsa, Oklahoma again, but only across the whole country. All of us need to come to do that. So we need to start doing things that's cohesive. One thing we could all do is we could all do Deuteronomy and Leviticus. That's another hit. We'll hit them in the head with that. Buy black for real. Stop going with all of this designer shit. Those European designers, they don't like you.
Not only must we buy them, the ones that we buy from must be conscious and say, okay, buy from me, but I'm going to make sure I put this back out.
Yeah, we all got to do that. We got to put our part.
You can't just take it, then you go.
And then you go give it to the European. You got to keep it rolling around.
You got to keep it, you got to keep it pumping. Okay, pump and prime.
Now, it's not going to happen overnight, but we got to aim towards that. All of us that's aware of it.
We got to start educating.
Well, right now, we need to educate them, but everybody need to do it. I don't care if you're young or old. We all need to
do it. No, they need to do it. Trust me, they need to do it.
Even if you're 100 years old, you got to start aiming towards doing that, or we're not going to survive.
That's right.
We can't do it with we already tried all the other plans. We tried culturally, we took on their culture.
That's right.
We took on the names. of the Europeans.
That's right.
We've taken on their ways and actions. We've become American. We're the true American now. And they still do not treat us as equals. They still come at you. They got this thing they want to come at you, and they want to put propaganda out against you to make other nations think we a bunch of fucking animals.
This is really what it is. They want you to bow.
That too. It's not one thing.
It's not one thing.
It's not one thing.
No.
They want you to a lot of things.
And one of them is they want you to
Well, another thing is they're afraid of genetic annihilation.
Well, you know what? That, they can't do nothing about it.
But they're afraid of it. And that's why they want to, I can't fuck with you, son. You really giving people hope over here.
It is inevitable, and they know it's inevitable. I ain't say it, they said it. I heard it from them.
So then why go through all this?
Because fear.
Okay.
Even the white, I heard on TV, and that's on TV. This is on one of the ABC news shows, Sunday shows. She said the white man must get over it. That he is not a majority anymore.
But he never was a majority.
No, but
always been a minority.
No, but he thinks he's the majority. He does.
Well, what he did was he makes the majority think they're all separate and not the same.
But she said that they must get over that because they're not in that position anymore, and they got to get over it.
Right.
They don't want to get over it. That's why they fighting so hard.
To the end, fighting to the end like this.
To the end.
And we not really trying to get at you, dog. I don't think you realize it. Black people ain't really trying to get at you because when I look at statistics, I see the statistics and I see you fudge the statistics,
But see, you got to understand, True. It's bigger than that, too. He's trying to get at his own, too.
Yeah, but he's really trying to do some extra shit on us. I hear he's trying to get at them. I hear you. But the lesson said he really want to kill you, and at the risk of destroying himself, he's still going at you. Because if he was trying to just get at them, and which is himself, why not fix it then? If I'm just going to get at, because this is how you know he ain't just trying to get at all of us. Because a black man will get stopped for the exact same thing that a white man will get stopped for, and every time the black man is dead and the white man is not dead.
This is true.
Now I don't know how we get around. I shoot up a movie theater and I'm taken alive.
Right.
I'm selling loose cigarettes and I'm taken dead. Come on, man. What the fuck is that all about?
Right.
Why ain't you killing any more criminals?
Right.
See, my thing is, if the police kill criminals, people will say, well, you was criminal and you got caught up in the mix.
Right.
And a lot of times criminals don't have rules and regulations, and the police do. And so sometimes they gotta, off the record, do some crazy shit to survive for that moment.
Right.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. I got family members in there. I don't want them to come home crazy. Right. But in real life, this is what's happening. All my black people, you gonna tell me, when we driving in our whip, not doing nothing, because we're not criminals.
Oh, no,
we have a job.
And
this ain't nothing new now.
It ain't nothing new.
That when they pull up and back, all of us in the car, we be hoping we ain't got too many of us in the car.
Now, if you want to say, well, we got to protest that.
I don't know if protesting is going to do it, because they did a lot of protesting since Martin Luther King. I just said, now,
what are you gonna do?
This is what we're going to do. We're going to use Deuteronomy and
Leviticus. Go back to
They're going to change everything, son. That's what we're going to do. That's how we do it.
You know, true.
We're gonna put our money out the white banks and put them in the black bank. We're gonna stop buying all that designer bullshit. We're gonna start saying to the corporate America, we think you got a little bit of something to do with some of this, because when we in your stores, your people are looking at us like we thieves. You run corporate America, you run the media, and the media is trying to portray us as being not right and exact. So we don't need to be fucking with you. But we'll automatically not fuck with you if we use Deuteronomy and Leviticus. Now, we use the whole Bible on your ass. You're done.
We use Deuteronomy
and Leviticus.
That'll change the whole diaspora.
It'll change the whole diaspora. Now, when you do that, as soon as you do Deuteronomy and Leviticus, your vibration gonna change.
That's right. Your vibration
gonna change. And now you're gonna start seeing, you're going to start changing a whole lot of other shit, too. I ain't going to have to tell you what to change. When you do that part.
You do just that alone.
Will change the whole manifestation.
The whole manifestation. You just leave that swine alone.
Leave that swine alone.
And watch where it will take you.
Now, if you saying to yourself, I can't figure out how to leave that swine alone, then just say to yourself, I'm a Christian. And Jesus was Judah. Jesus came out of the line of Judah.
That's right.
And Judah, the Lion of Judah, don't eat no swine.
He don't eat swine.
They go according to Deuteronomy and Leviticus.
That's right. If you want to be a good follower, if you call yourself following that.
Man, you pass following, you're going to be a disciple.
Or a disciple. That's right.
You're going to be kicking it when you get to your 3.5 year study.
That's right.
And now you're going to go out there and bring more people in.
Yes.
You got to tell them about the dietary law.
You got to.
You got to, because if you don't
it all comes back to that.
If you want to eat like a pigeon, see what you got is you got classic Coke over here,
that's
and you got New Age Pepsi over here.
That's right.
Now you want to be New Age Pepsi, then be that for real, but don't be all wishy-washy, jumping all back and forth. Right. You don't know what you are. One minute you Christian, next minute you Muslim, then you Hebrew, then you Israelite, and you Saracet, then you Pan-African. You don't know what the fuck you are. You ain't eating swine today, tomorrow you vegetarian, next day. What the fuck? You jumping all over the planet here.
Right.
One day you a Moor, next time I see you something else. Now you a Mason. Now you Mason. You forgot all about your other shit. Now you this. And next time, now you a real estate agent. You killing me, son. What are you, man? You know, you wearing every regalia, you can wear all of them. You got everybody's shit. You all us. You every motherfucker. What you the UN? The UN of conscious people, man. You everything, right?
Oh my God.
Killing me. You know, but I'm just saying that to goof on you. But don't take it serious. Don't get mad, but don't get mad, black people. I love you. And we can really defeat this. But it's getting to a point, I think everybody's pretty much fed up. So everybody's like, I've been preaching to y'all for a long time, telling you about knowledge and stuff. Now it's got to the point where it don't even matter if you got knowledge or something. They bring it to your ass, son. So this is what I say. You don't gotta have knowledge or something. Just say, like I said, the average, more than average. I say average, that would be a C. Nah. We talking about 3.8 average in America. If you black, you pretty much a Christian. That's pretty much.
And if you want to really change, first you gotta change. You gotta change yourself.
Inside. Yeah, your physical composition need to be cleaned up a little, cause goddamn, you giving that spirit be so glad when your ass go to sleep. You ever notice you eat all that swine, y'all go right to sleep? You know why that happen?
That's right.
Because you want to get the fuck out of that body.
That's right.
And your real self, that you just use that physical composition as a motor vehicle, like to manifest on this physical plane of existence.
Right.
If you can feel me. So what happens is when you eat that poison, just like when you drink alcohol beverages and you get too drunk, you get alcohol poison, you get meat poison.
Precisely.
And you go to sleep. They call it, the black people call it niggeritis.
Right, that's right.
I guess
that's what they call it.
That's what they call it, right? But
because they don't understand the
chemical, what's going on inside your body.
Precisely.
And they know about the physical part that is taxing on the digestion is so taxing. It makes you go to sleep as if you worked out or something. And your bitch ass ain't did shit.
Precisely.
Sitting on your ass, eating a whole big giant plate of food.
Right.
And then go to sleep in the chair before you can get out of it.
Right.
Now you knock the fuck out. And what you think is, when you hit REM sleep, you get the fuck out of there because you need to give that body a break of you being in it.
Right.
Because you'll burn it all the way out. If you stay up more than 3 days, you'll start, the body can't handle it. The brain will get delusional.
Right.
You got to get out for a minute. You need downtime.
Right.
You got to recharge your battery. You know, you got to get your resistance up. Your resistance is gonna get lower. The longer you stay in that physical composition and it's awake, the atmosphere is gonna wear it down. And it's gonna make it resistance get low. You could get sick and die.
Oh yeah.
You know, if you don't. Deprivation of rest can kill you.
Yes.
You know.
Oh yeah.
So too much of the wrong food can kill you.
Right.
I'm not telling you to be a goddamn breatharian. And I ain't saying be a vegetarian. That's not the absolute
eat like
rule.
a monk either.
Right, you don't gotta do that, and you don't gotta
like
stop getting right every once in a while. But you can't be abusing your get right.
Right.
And don't be telling the children that getting right is okay, because getting right ain't right and exact.
Your spirit got to be right.
Okay. That's what need to be getting right.
That's got to be right.
You ain't getting, and you here and inviting lower demons into your shit, because I don't give a fuck. Ain't no mystery gods, there ain't no mystery demons, so it be some physical shit you put in yourself and it fucks you up.
Yeah.
You drink too much liquor, you gonna act like a drunk nigga.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna act like a sober nigga.
No.
Some niggas is drunk up, they just go to sleep.
Right.
Some people act rowdy. Whatever you gonna do when you all drunk up, that means you acting outside of yourself. But if you was going according to Deuteronomy and Leviticus, first of all, you wouldn't be drinking any hard liquor. So what do you think that does to the market?
Right. It goes right down.
Imagine
in our neighborhood alone.
And that's what I'm saying. The liquor stores and
have you ever noticed, and it was brought to my attention, how in the black neighborhood it's called liquor stores, but in the white stores, right, it's called wine and spirits.
They do that type of distinction?
Yeah, check it out.
I'm gonna have to look in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that.
And their neighborhood is wine and spirits.
I can't. I mean, it doesn't really surprise me, because I've seen other things, like I read books and I saw stories of the colored sink and the white sink, and it said colored on it. I was like, oh, they was really calling them colored.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The colored people got to go this way, and the white people go this way. That's what he was saying, you know. So if I seen shit like that, I know other shit could be around, you know. Don't think that shit went nowhere.
No, it's just spruced up.
And cloak and dagger and...
That's all.
Well, actually, it kind of waking its rear its ugly head, because they were, at one time, even the Supreme Court was trying to...
uphold.
That it wasn't no more racism no more. That we had grew out of that.
Yeah.
That we as a country was not racist anymore.
Right.
Everybody got equal opportunities and the whole 9 yards.
Tried to fabricate that.
Yeah, right around when Obama got in office. And as soon as he got in office, we all know that
just blew up.
Presidents aren't elected, they're selected.
That's
we
right.
know that who don't know that?
That's right.
You got 3 votes in this country.
Yeah.
Right? You got the popular vote, you got the selected vote, and then you got the vote that you get to do when you put the senators and that's what they got, electoral. That's selected. Yeah. So, because they could go against what the popular says. Right. They've done it before.
The electoral vote.
Yeah, the electoral vote. Yeah. And then you got the only other vote you got is when you be in a jury. You could jury nullification. You could just, say the government made this rule as a law, but we're gonna oversee. We're not gonna convict the people for it. The European citizens do it all the time for the European police.
Yes, they do.
That's jury nullification. Even if you bring them up on a charge, the township that they live in, that charge brought up, they'll never prosecute them.
No, exactly. That's just automatic.
Automatically.
They don't care if the evidence points to them or not.
They got to do something against the system,
not
the people.
Go. Right.
They do something against the system, it'll get at them.
Slam.
Right, but if they do something against the people that they, because they're not protecting the people anymore. There's not constitutional law. They're protecting corporate America's civil. That's why Tim Wise be saying what he say about white and black poor people need to get together. That's why he says that. But we as black people understand what he says, but we also understand that the system itself has the poor white people caught up in the systemic racism, so they believe the hoopla about Darwin and evolution. When you go into Darwin and evolution, it automatically goes into that part, the racist part, that makes us closer to the monkey and them more to the human. That's the whole gist of it. The whole population explosion is based on Darwin and evolution and all of that, connecting with this science and the way they say that they're superior and you're inferior. Right. It's down in the core of the belief system, based on the Renaissance era, when they started writing those books. You know, they wrote a slew of those books. I tell people, look, read J.A. Rogers. All you really need from J.A. Rogers is Sex and Races, Volume 1, 2, and 3. Right. That's really the whole package. Right. Because right there, that tells you Wisdom Builder Destroy Degree to 1 to 40. That shows and proves that. Right. But what Nubis be always having a problem with. Right. The graftation. Because I'll say, amalgamated, miscegenated, and graftated. Yeah. And he got a problem with the grafted part. Yeah. But I'm saying, so what's your theory? And if that one doesn't suit you, it doesn't matter which one. What's yours? Yeah. But you gotta at least have one before you can say mine ain't right and exact. You don't even have your own. Right. You're using the Europeans. Right. So what the fuck? Yeah. Okay. Or if you're not using the Europeans, then use yours, whatever yours is of whatever culture you in, that you say how it all took place. Use that. But at the end of the day, if you don't boycott the systemic racism, and you can't boycott it just by saying, I'm not going to be a racist. Right. You have to do things that the racist corporate America's policies that they really hold in place, because they're the ones doing the lobbying. Yeah. They're the ones actually making Congress pass whatever new laws. Of course, back in the days, those colonizers did what they wrote them laws. Right. But in these modern days, it's supposed to have been America was trying to fix that. That's right. That's why they came with the Bill of Rights, and they kept making all these different rights. They were supposedly fixing shit. But you can't fix shit if you allow crazy people to do crazy shit and you just let them go. Then the other crazy people think they could do it too. And then everybody's doing crazy shit. Right. Then the people who are getting crazy shit done at them come back at the crazy people, and then y'all step in acting like you protecting the crazy motherfuckers. Right. So what's that all about? That's right. That's not helping your cause of freedom and justice and equality for the planet Earth. That ain't helping them. That's right. Right? So with that, I'm going to say peace. We out of this camp.